Right, so this video is just going to start by tidying up part of the last video where we set up that list box validation on hourly pay, on the employment status. So to do that, we just need to highlight this particular column, and we want to hide that column because we don't really want our users to be able to change what's in that drop down list. So that's a quite nice, quick, simple way of doing that, the hide option. Okay. The main focus of this video is on setting up macros, which are a really powerful feature of spreadsheets and basically allow you to automate a sequence of steps and assign that to a single button click or a single keyboard shortcut press. Okay, and the example we're going to use in this video is for resetting this spreadsheet at the end of the week. So in terms of resetting this spreadsheet, the only thing we really need to do is basically clear out the hours that have been worked by each employee, because they'll obviously change in the following week. So at the moment, that task involves me having to highlight the cells with my mouse and pressing the delete key on the keyboard. So only 2 steps, okay? But we're starting with a basic macro, remember. So we'll start off small. So to create a macro, what I need to do is use the Developer tab within Excel. If yours isn't showing, go to File, go to Options, and look at Customize Ribbon, and just make sure you've got that Developer tab checked. Okay. Under the Developer tag, you should see that you've got the macros grouping of options to do with making and recording macros. And we're going to start off by recording a new macro, and we're going to call this macro reset. And we're going to assign the macro a keyboard shortcut to actually run the macro once it's been made. So let's use maybe Control R. Oh, you actually wants it to be Control Shift and R to run this macro, and press OK. Okay. Yours won't say that when it comes up because it'll be a brand new macro. I'm just going to press yes. And I think, yeah, I am recording now, hopefully. I'm not quite sure what that error message was, we'll ignore it. So yeah, now you'll notice up here it's gone into record mode, so everything I do is now being recorded into this macro. So I need to record myself resetting the spreadsheet, so I'm going to highlight the hours and press delete on my keyboard. Okay, and that's it. Okay, that's the end of the macro, isn't it? So I'm going to go up there and press stop, and let's see if that macro is working or not. So in theory, if I type in some hours, can't type in more than 50. The validation says so 40. Now if I press Control Shift and R on my keyboard, yep, that macro appears to be working absolutely fine. Okay, just one other thing I can do to make this a little bit more visual for the users, rather than having to know a sequence of shortcut keys, I could create buttons for them. So if I go to the Insert option and grab a shape, for example, and maybe let's have this shape over here, and I'm going to add some text to this shape. I'm just going to call it reset, and let's just make the text on that a little bit bolder. Let's center that in the middle of the button and maybe make it bold. And what I can do is I can assign a macro to a shape. So if I right click and go down to assign macro, that reset macro I've just made, if I press OK, assigns it to that shape, which means that if I go and hover over that, you'll see that I get the cursor. And let's just see if that's working. So if I type in some hours 40 into there, go across and press the reset button here, and that clears it off and my spreadsheet is reset. Okay, so that's how to create a basic reset macro. We're going to look at a few more in the following videos.